Hi guys, and welcome back to a new episode of Grenzenlos, your dance podcast. Before jumping into the episode, I want to let you guys know that we currently have a 3-year anniversary. So yeah, I don't know, we've been doing this since 3 years, and I just wanted to say I'm really thankful for the community we have, for everything that we have built, and that you guys stick with me for all those times. So yeah, before introducing Angie, who I'm going to record this special episode today with, make sure to check out our Instagram, our YouTube. Where are you listening this episode currently? Go check it out on Spotify or on YouTube too, depending if you want to see the video or only the audio. Yeah, also make sure to check out Angie's Instagram. Everything is linked down below right now. So I had the honor, the opportunity to be training with Angie for 2 months in Peru, in Lima, and I simply had to get her for the podcast because I think she's one of the women that, I don't know, like, I don't know a lot of women that have worn that many hats in the dance scene, like the branches. Like, there's many branches in the dancing, and I think you have covered a lot with what you have been doing.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah. You have built a fucking lot, and I mean, you have been doing it since 10 years, I guess? But like, still, you built
more,
more,
I
right?
think more. Yeah, like
But still,
almost 14. Yeah.
crazy. But like, everything that you have built in this time is like, wait, I made a list, like what I know.
Yeah.
You built your own studio. You had to open it up again because there was some problems, what I know. So
Yeah.
you're director of HHI Peru. You're traveling, you're teaching, you're directing a crew in the company. You're organizing one of the biggest camps in South America. You have been working on stages, shows. I don't know, you did like so fucking lot. I don't know, but like, do you want to introduce yourself? Because I think I'm like taking something away currently, just like maybe
introduce yourself. As I told you, it's kind of like it's funny to talk about yourself, but when you like just said that list, it makes me feel like really proud of myself that I made so many things in these years. Well, hi everyone. My name is Angie. As Lisa said, I'm from Peru. Exactly from Arequipa, a small city. It's not that small, but a city from the south of Peru. I'm currently doing a lot of things. I love to do a lot of things, and I had the honor to be able to follow my dreams and pursue all those crazy goals that I had since I started dancing. And I feel like really proud of myself, as I already said, because I feel that most of the things that I have done has made a very big impact in my community here in Peru and also in South America, which is like unbelievable. It was one of my goals to actually do something that can change people's lives. And I feel that I'm in the path of doing that since we started like creating all these projects. And also as a teacher and dancer, I had the opportunity to live like different stages and also traveling a lot in my country and outside my country. So I'm excited to talk about all these adventures that I've been like living. So yeah, that's me.
Yeah. You're missing Austria. You should be coming to Austria too.
I will go. Definitely. It's in my list
it's
now.
Is there like, I simply have to ask, like, you're doing a lot of things. Is there a role that you feel most, I don't want to say most yourself, or I don't know, is there one role that you enjoy the most? One of the things, I know you love everything that you're doing, I know, but you know, the role of a teacher is different than the role of an organizer, the role of a studio manager, the role of, I don't know, a traveler that is like teaching, you know. So I don't know, like, where do you feel most yourself, as a choreographer, or I don't know, because you're doing really a lot, and you're doing a lot in the same time as well.
Yeah. Actually, I love teaching. That's the first thing. Like teaching is the place where I can feel more connected to myself. Like when I have the opportunity to give some of my crazy things that happen in my head, then to pass it to my body, and then to, through those choreography, like make something in the people that come to my class to feel, to enjoy. I think that's my favorite, like, place, like to be in front of people and just share, that's the main thing. So I love teaching. That's the one.
It was feelable. Like, from my
Yeah.
experience, it was feelable, and that's also why, like, I
Uh-huh.
want to have you for the podcast. Like, even though you do a lot, and like you said, like, you build a lot for your community, and the way the community looks right now, how I got to know Peru and everything,
Yeah.
is because of the work you guys put in your generation, everything that you built.
Mhm.
So I don't know. How do you kind of feel about it? How do you, I don't know, because I feel like, you're a really person that's like really tranquila, like really calm,
Mhm.
really down to earth, and really in
Mhm.
zen, you don't seem stressed, you don't seem, also with your classes, it's
Well,
really feelable that you like really enjoy your work and your art.
yeah, I enjoy that a lot, but yeah, I'm really calm. Like my way of, like, being my daily life is like really chill, but I get stressed a lot.
Okay.
Yeah, I get stressed a lot. Sometimes I just have these, like, breakdowns that I don't want to do this anymore, because of course this wasn't easy to make. Like, every project has different challenges and different, also, like, times that we had to stop doing things or to quit things, because it wasn't going in the way that we wanted. um so yeah, it's been hard. Like, it's been hard. Like, this last year's, actually, it's been hard. But I feel that this last month I've been feeling again all the inspiration and motivation to, like, okay, let's go more and more and more. I feel that's what I've been feeling now these last months.
It's like, you have a lot of consistency with what you're doing. Because in my opinion, like the people who
Mhm.
really get far are kind of the people who, one person once told me, and that's like a bit harsh, maybe you say it like that, but the people who are most successful aren't the best people. Wait, I'm gonna explain myself. But the people who have the most consistency and who have like the strength of a
Yeah.
character to push through that. Not that I'm saying those people are not amazing, those people are still amazing.
Hmm.
I think a lot of people have talent, but having
Yeah.
mental strength, because I think that you told me like before, like one-on-one, that
Hmm.
there's a lot of no's that you received in your life. And I also feel,
Yeah.
like for the, yes, I mean, just talking about my travels, 3 months now,
Uh-huh.
I think it looks amazing on Insta. But if you people would only know how much did go wrong actually in those you
That
know,
happens all the
like
time.
it's like totally fine. But I think like there's like so many no's for the free yeses you get, and those free yeses are amazing
Yeah.
and big. So I don't know. You already told me, but like, how do you feel about having that consistency? Because like you just mentioned, you also break down.
Yeah.
Welcome in the club, me too. Um,
Mhm.
how do you find the strength, or what is like kind of motivation, your source of, okay, I want to keep going with that? How do you deal with those moments? Because many people, that's what I was referring to. Many of the people would be like, okay, the universe just told me it's not for me. Bye.
Yeah, I think it has to be a lot with, like, what I do when I feel like I want to quit something is I'm trying to remember the first time that I start doing it.
Mm.
So when I feel that maybe I don't want to dance anymore, because sometimes it happens, because you got stuck in a routine and you just do, like, every day the same thing, so you just get kind of not bored, but, like, yeah, kind of bored. When you eat the same thing every day, you just don't want it. Even if you like it, you just don't want it anymore.
Uh-huh.
So that happens also with dance, because we work on this like every day. It's my 24 hours. But when I feel like that, I try to remember when I was dancing in my city and I really wanted to go far. And what helps me a lot was writing. I love writing about my experience. And actually, in years ago, I used to write more. When I traveled, I remember when I traveled the first time to LA, I had my book and I said like, okay, class one. And I said like, oh, I learned this, I felt this. Um, it wasn't what I was expecting sometimes. Or I fell on this. And but then I just cried me like, but hey, it's just one day. So then next one. And I have like, I think like four little books that I wrote of all my some of my troubles. And what helps me is actually that my Angie from the past is helping the Angie in the present. Because sometimes I just like read those notes, and I remember that in those years I wanted to be in the place that I'm now, and I don't see it because I'm just like working, and I don't see how far I have go in my career. And also like, these moments that I have the chance to talk about um my career or my experiences actually makes me realize that um, it has been a lot, and that I have to be like really happy for what has happened. And also I try to always talk my students, my friends, that the no's for me were the ones that actually taught me more. I learned a lot from the notes, more than the yeses or the chances that I got quick. When something was really hard for me, I just got like, I felt it like a goal. Okay, for example, I remember once. This is a funny story actually, because
Let's go.
I remember the first time I went to. It wasn't the first time. I think it was the second that I went to LA, and I took Miguel Sarate class. He's one of my favorite teachers in the world. I love him, and he's so strict in his class. Like, he is like really like, you have, because he always work with working dancers, like perfect dancers, like the ones that are amazing. So in his classes he wants to see that. And I remember in his class in LA, he says something like, uh okay, if you are in the front line, you don't have to make a mistake, because if not, I'm going to remember you as the one that make mistakes in my class. So I think that for some people that will be really like, oh, I don't want to be in this class anymore. But I don't took it personally. I just took it as a challenge. I said that day, I said to myself, I'm going to be in that first line, and he's going to know who I am. And I started training for that. It was like the second year that I had the chance. It was almost kind of the same. Then I had the chance to took his class in Mexico in the festival, and he was going to do a piece. So he made like groups, and in each group he chose people. In my group, I wasn't chosen, so I was like, damn, 1 year more. But then he said that, okay, one last group of people that think that they should be in my piece. So I just went,
You're
boom,
like,
this is my
let's go.
chance. I said like, it's my chance, and you go. And I put just in the middle, and I said, okay, you're gonna see me. Like, if I remember those words from the first time that I took his class, and I got chosen for the piece, and I got the chance to work with him in this piece with just like 7 people. I feel it was great experience. And then he also came to Peru, and he did like some classes in the festival also. And it was really really nice when in the last group of one of his classes, he said, okay, I think he just chose like some guys, but then he said, and I want you, Angie, because you're the one that are doing right like I want it. So it was like crazy. Like when I see back and I remember that time, I took it, as a challenge, and I made it. And I also know that groups are not like something that define you.
Yeah.
But for me, it was like a kind of a goal come true, like to be able to improve my dance to the moment that I can actually do correct and with all what he asked in his choreography. So it was really really nice for me, and I feel that in that way I take every like I don't know, every challenge that happens in dance or as an organizer or as a director. Like I always say, like, okay, this no is not going to be forever, you know? Like I'm going to work to make it become a yes. And if not, if sometimes like there is no yeses, like I'm going to build my own thing, you know? I always think
Yeah.
on that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm the same. I'm like,
Uh-huh.
okay, if everything is a no, I like maybe I'm a little bit terca, ¿cómo se dice?
Yeah.
Stubborn.
Stubborn. Yeah.
Because I'm like, okay, like I'm not gonna be like I'm a little bit like that. I was raised like that, honestly, like
Mm-hmm.
not to be
Yeah.
depending on anybody, you know. Like if I wanted,
Mm-hmm.
because also with what you said, I mean, it's a natural feeling or craving that we all want to be seen as human beings and as
Yeah.
artists. You know, we all want to be
Mm-hmm.
seen, so it doesn't define you to not be in groups because often people only choose their friends. You know, oh,
Yeah. That happens a lot.
people like honestly sometimes people just choose their friends to dance with them at the end. You have no idea how
Yeah.
like, you know,
That's
so
true.
it really does not need to define you. But I like
Mm-hmm.
what you said with, you know, to take it as a challenge because at the end of the day you can get as many no's as you want to, but like you need to choose yourself. And I think like you should not
Yeah.
be waiting for other people to choose you because before anybody chooses you, you need to choose yourself and believe
That's
in
totally
yourself that
true.
you're
Mm-hmm.
capable of doing that. Because I mean, it's nice to be seen by other people, but most of all, I need to see myself because I know my own potential
Mm-hmm.
and I
Yeah.
need to go for it. You know, nobody can like just take me and put me there. You know, I need to put the
Yeah.
work in. I need to go out and make myself be seen. Because if I'm just hiding in the last row,
Mm-hmm.
as you said, um,
Mm-hmm.
how are people like gonna see me, you know? And I don't think that's like an egotistical thing to be like, okay, I'm gonna be there in the front. It's more
Mm-hmm.
I'm dedicated, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. I felt you know, there is always this like line, you know, like between actually like trying to be seen like for personal like growth that you wanna make. Uh but also like it's sometimes like being an artist is something like really complex because we're kind of weird people.
That is so
Like
true. We're like a group
yeah,
of
we're
people that
weird
is
people.
really specifically, you know, I always say like if you want to find like a bunch of people who are perfectionists, and also I don't know, oh my god, that also happens. Like I don't know where I heard that, but like if you want to find people who are like perfectionist and attractive, you need to go to a dance studio. I don't know why somebody said that was. I was like, it's kind of accurate because we work a lot on ourselves and we're really perfectionists and really hard on ourselves.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we're really hard on yours on ourselves.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you know, talking about that, like I always remember like when I first like start doing things, I wanted to like, you know, I wanted, because I've been seeing so many other people like became like really big and then they change, you know, their personal behavior change. And so I always wanted to stay humble, but I confuse sometimes humble with being like uh too low profile, you know?
Tímida.
So yeah,
Uh-huh.
so sometimes like
Uh-huh. Yeah.
uh
I
I
get that.
didn't want it to like actually clap my own success because I had the fear to, oh no, I'm going to lose the people that I am. But I think it's important to actually like clap yourself, you know, like being proud of who you are, of your process, because your own process is never going to be the same as anyone. So I feel it's important like to be humble of what you're doing, but also like be proud of it. No, have this both. Yeah, because as an artist, it's easy to lose yourself, but I feel like that's the line that we have to like
That's the
walk
challenge as well.
in.
Actually,
Yeah.
that happened to me with you a little bit because normally, I don't know if you remember, but the last class I took of you, I went out for a solo. Normally, I don't do that. Normally, I don't.
Yeah,
People say, "Oh, is there somebody who wants to do a
I
solo?"
love it.
No, I'm like, I'm like, no, there's other people. Like, go. Like, I'm like, go, take it.
Yeah.
I don't really need it. Like, I'm fine. Like, not
Uh-huh.
I'm too bad or something. I'm just like chill. Like, like that.
Hmm.
But like when you were saying it,
Yeah.
I survived 2 months of Peru of training here. I'm gonna go now because I don't care anymore.
Yeah, that's I
Um,
will.
yeah.
Yay, I love it.
So I
Hmm.
totally get what you mean. And with the, I don't know, the change of personality that you might live through as an artist, you know what? I'm always really, really careful. I'm always looking at not how people treat me, but how they treat others. I'm always
Yeah.
looking at that honestly, because um I get to, like, I don't know how you think about it, but that's kind of also like a thing for me that I'm reflecting on, because there's opportunism in this world, and like
Yeah.
what are the intentions of a person, of, unfortunately, but like,
Hmm. Yeah.
is that like an opportunistic thing to be making this, because I just want to work in a way of, okay, I feel in my sand, I feel chill, I just want to do my art, and I don't want to be like
Hmm.
taking opportunities, or like that somebody, like the way somebody approaches me as well, so
Yeah.
staying in that, I don't know, pure state of mind in a
Hmm.
scene that, yes, has its opportunistic traits,
Hmm.
let's put it like that. um I don't know. I don't know if it's like, I think it's a thing of character, because if you want to, you decide on how you want to be, how you want to be treating people. But I also get, because of the things that are happening in our scene, people kind of get more protective of themselves, because there's like,
Yeah.
there's a lot of shit happening, there's a lot of
Hmm.
bad stuff happening too, like, unfortunately.
Yeah.
And I get it that people kind of close up, that people kind of, because I think
Yeah, that
as well as a
happens.
coping mechanism. I don't know how you feel about that, but yeah.
Yeah. I feel it happens, it happens. Like I also close myself a lot. Because experiences, some people that I feel that I give them so much from me, as not only like as a teacher, but also like they became family in some point.
Mhm.
But then I don't know, something happened.
Mhm.
uh I feel like now I heal a lot of things that happened to me in the past. And I don't I know there is bad people, but I feel that there is more hard people, and when they are really hard, they start hurting others,
Yeah, I
and so I feel that they just like were in these bad situations, and yeah, I just start like being more selective with who I am giving
mhm.
like more,
Yeah,
and
you protect your energy. What's also not bad.
yes,
Yeah.
yeah.
Just
Hmm.
recently, I think like 2 days ago, somebody told me, don't let that anything, anybody changes your pure belief in the people, like believing in the good.
Hmm.
Because
Yeah.
I don't know, stuff is happening, and like you keep believing in
Yeah.
people, and that's amazing, because I still think like, I don't know, everybody deserves a chance. And I honestly, like, talking about me, I
Yeah.
open up pretty easily, and I tell people pretty fast about my life. But
Hmm.
honestly, that also shows me really quick, like how you respect that, how you treat those
Hmm.
information shows me really quick if we're gonna like keep going like that, to put it like that.
Yeah.
So
Yes,
I get
yes,
what you mean,
yes, yes, yes,
especially as
yes.
an artist, you are in touch with a lot of people when you're teaching, you're in touch
Hmm.
with your jobs and everything. Like, of course you can't be like best friends or really private with anybody. I don't know.
Hmm. Yeah, I have like I can count my friends in one hand.
Yeah, same.
Yeah. Yeah. And like, of course, like years ago, I used to have like more friends, but I learned that people are not forever. Like some people just has to be in your life for a period of time, and that's perfect. That's okay. It doesn't make them the bad, the bad guy of the story. It's just like they sometimes, like, I feel that we're kind of like sound or music. Like if we don't vibe in the same like note, then it's fine. Maybe you have to go in another song and I go to another one, and that's cool.
I say the same, but I
So
call it, we're like like the
like,
way
wait.
I like
Uh-huh.
we're swinging in frequencies.
Yeah,
Never made the
yeah,
metaphor with music, but I love the metaphor too. But I'm like, it's like different frequencies. Some people live their life faster, some people live their life like that,
yeah,
and that doesn't
yeah,
mean
yeah,
like that we're like bad people or anything, but like you live your life like that. I live that. Go be amazing there. I'm gonna be amazing here. I just like think
yeah.
important with that is like to still have respect for each other and
Hmm.
to not kind of, you know, get to each other in a bad way. Because
Yeah, and I almost forgot like what you just said. Like,
mm,
I believe in second chances too, because I feel like I am not perfect. So if I have my own mistakes, if I have made something wrong in my life, why I be judging other people?
yeah,
Like what it's fine is to decide like who you don't want to be with around. That's perfect. But I always try to tell like the people around me, like my students or the people that are more close to my community, like to don't judge, because I feel like, oh, like mostly in this last year we judge a lot because of social media. We see something, oh, this person is like this because you see something on social media. Like I always say, like, oh, sometimes people ask me like, hey, what do you think of this teacher? And I always said, like, go and experience yourself, then you will have your own opinion. Like I can, of course, it is something like really like big, like something that is not just an opinion but it's a fact. Then I can like advise, but at the same time it's on their um they have to experience, like they have to choose themselves. Like
mhm,
as teachers we cannot say like, hey, don't go to train with that person, or don't go to that, or don't or I don't like this person because of this. Like, no, because I feel like everyone has to have the chance to experience and make their own opinion of every situation, of every person, because no one is perfect. Like no one,
yeah,
no one, no one, no one.
I
So
100% agree. Because like honestly,
mhm.
I know that there's people out there who 100% would say that I'm the bad guy in a story too, you know, and that is
Yeah.
totally fine because that happened, you know.
Because we're not perfect, we have made
Exactly.
mistakes.
And we're human beings, and yes, there's a lot of hurt. We
Yeah.
hurt each other, and sometimes it happens without wanting it to.
Hmm.
100%. Mm,
Yeah.
yeah.
Mhm.
Wait, there was a point
Wow,
that
that was deep.
but there was a point that I actually wanted to add to your yeah. No, wait. Yeah, because of the judging.
Mhm.
I do think,
Yeah.
honestly, my approach to judging, I think like the part of it that is like, you know, like not judging people in a way of speaking it out loud is easier,
Hmm.
but not judging
Yeah.
people inside of yourself, neither.
Yeah,
That's the
that's
hard
the
part.
heart.
And I think that's kind of
Hmm.
the problem that we have in our society, because I think that is happening a lot. And in my opinion, judging somebody has nothing to do with the person. Judging
It
somebody
has to do with
just shows you what you're not happy with in your life. Because why does it bother you what another person does in his life? You don't need to do the same, you know? Like, why does it bother you what
Yeah,
she's wearing, that she's having her booty out on Insta, that she's, I don't know, like, what, you don't need to look at it if you don't want to, you know? So that only means that it triggers you. And I think that you should, like, ask your question why it triggers you. And, like, I'm not perfect either. Something
yeah,
happens to me too that I'm like, wait, why did I just think that? But, like, then you can correct
mhm,
yourself and point your
yeah,
question to another direction, you know? So,
yeah. I feel like that too. Like, every time that I see something on social media, like, some people are talking about someone that is making things bad.
I
The
need to,
first
like,
thing that I
I need to get to that as well. Like I don't know, like like funar gente in las redes.
uh,
I don't know how to put it in English. I'm like to cancel somebody online.
cancel. Yeah,
Cancel.
cancel.
The thing is,
Yeah.
sometimes I'm like, why did you guys not speak in person? Because I know some stories where I'm like, they're fighting fights on Insta, and I'm like, have you spoken in person? Maybe you could have.
Totally. I have the same opinion. Like, we are all adults. Like,
Why don't
we
you
are big
tell me?
people. There are some situations and some situations,
Of course.
but like for some situations, like that are the most common, actually, it's more like, why this? Like, why are people canceling someone uh if they haven't talked with them and or asked them? I feel like it's important, like, to have more communication as communities,
Yeah.
because again, we're not perfect. And every time that something like that happens, the first thing that I try to do is to, okay, this is happening. I'm going to analyze it first myself. Am I doing something like that, or someone around me, or what I can get better from this situation? Like, okay, what I can learn from what is happening, how I can help the people around me to also grow from what is happening, instead of just like throwing more rocks to the problem. And I think it's something that it should be like that, but unfortunately, um I think in social media a lot of people love like, it's like a novela. Like, they love
I
to
love
see
that
like
she's
the
like,
next episode. Oh my God, now who is going to talk about it? And everyone is just like focused. And they are focused on that because they are doing nothing. Because if they were busy, they will be in their own shit, and that's it.
mhm. Mm.
Mhm.
That is so fucking true. I mean, there's like
Yeah.
cases where, if it's like really social topics, I don't know, for example, I
Mhm.
don't know, men abusing women or thinking they can touch them because of the way they dance. That's like a topic, yes, that we can talk about in this like social media and like should have awareness about. Don't get
Yeah.
me wrong.
Yeah, of
Um,
course.
but there's other topics where I'm like, I get it. It's not easy to go to somebody and say like, I don't know, like a simple example. Somebody has been stretching in a really dangerous way in their warm up. Rather than
Uh-huh.
publishing the story, oh my God, new teachers don't know how to warm up, they shouldn't be teaching. Go to that person. Hi, I saw that you started to teach and I recognized that in your warm up. Maybe you could do this and that so people feel more prepared the next time. If the
Yeah,
person takes that advice or not is completely up to the person. If you come to me and tell me like that, I will be like, oh my God, thank you. I haven't recognized. Let me think about
of
that.
course.
You know?
How it will actually change or improve that, if we actually talk, with these new people. Like, if you, as you said, if you see something that they can do better, instead of just publishing it, like, if you put it in a story, there will be no good impact. Just it will be like, I don't know, like, it's just on a story. But if you talk with someone, as you just said, then you can change actually someone to better, like, to make him improve what they are doing.
Mhm.
Of course, it's not easy.
It's not,
Some people just don't,
it's
they
uncomfortable.
don't, it's
Really
uncomfortable. Of
uncomfortable
course,
to
it's
go somebody
uncomfortable.
and be like, hi. Like
Uh-huh.
I recently just went to somebody like in a really loving way and was like,
Mm-hmm.
hi. you were flirting with me during this rehearsal. That was not professional of you, you know? And of course, it's like not comfortable to say that, but like
Of course.
otherwise, how, like this person is gonna go on and keep doing that. Of course, it's not comfortable, but you know,
Of
still
course.
not fake.
And maybe on that moment they will be like with the defense, you know. No,
Yeah,
it's not
100%.
it's not like that. But after they will think on that,
Or have
and
more
they will
awareness.
think on doing things better.
Yeah.
So that's how you do a change, you know, not like with the story. But well, I hope like everyone can learn, and you know, like just get busy, do more things, then you won't have time to do anything
Like
of that.
Angie, do like everything you can find.
Yeah, I'm
Yourself busy.
workaholic. Like I'm workaholic, definitely. I love to be like busy. Yeah.
Somebody also once told me, you know, because I like depending on the scene, there's a lot of I don't know that it's a controversial topic of who should be teaching or who's allowed to start
Mm.
teaching. And one person once told me, Lisa, just imagine, you know, instead of telling people not to teach, how beautiful it would be to take their hand and be like, hey, I do it with you in a guided way.
I feel like there is no like this uh like exactly point that, oh, from now you are ready, you know, like it depends on also the circumstances of your process. Because for example, I feel that when I started teaching I wasn't ready.
Same.
I was like, I was just like start dancing. I was from this city that they had no that much information, no that much like people that were doing. There were no like studios, like, you know. So I started traveling with some people also to Lima. So I started learning a little bit more, and when I went back to Arequipa, I felt that I have the responsibility to share what I was learning. So that's how I started teaching. Like it wasn't like um, something that actually I wanted. Like it's weird because I never like pictured myself when I was like a teenager like as a teacher. Like never. It wasn't like
How did you picture yourself?
When I was at school, I used to love music a lot. I used to play violin actually. Used to play violin. I used to sing. Um, I wanted to be a singer.
Same.
Yeah, I wanted to be a singer, a rock star, because I love rock.
We wanted to be on the
Um,
stage. We just found another way.
yeah, but
Uh-huh.
you know, when I make memory, the first time that I felt this push for dance was actually when I was like 10 years. I saw the Olympic Games, the gymnastic part, like the
Uh-huh.
so I saw it and I said like, wow, I want to do that. In that moment I was with my family in New York, and I was just like there, you know. And then I remember I once I was walking on the streets and I saw a parking lot, and there were some b-boys
Mhm.
like breaking there, and I have these pictures like in my head. And since that moment I said, my mom, I want to dance, like I want to go to ballet classes, I want to go to gymnastics. But my mom was too busy, like she was like too busy with work and everything. We came back to Peru, so I wasn't like able to
Mhm.
actually like start dancing there. I started singing because of my school. In my school, there was like one teacher that make us like start like doing music and all that. But then I started dancing when I was in the last year of high school.
Uh-huh.
It was like, yeah, it was just like something like, it was kind of luck. I felt that I started dancing.
You think so?
Yeah, because you know, here like in Latin America in general, like the quinceañeros is like the sweet
Oh,
16, like for
we
us,
don't have
like the
that.
15. Yeah. So my cousin, she did like this big party because we all do like big parties,
Mhm.
and we do
That's amazing. We don't
choreographies.
do that. I don't know. For me,
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
so,
yeah.
I don't
This,
know. Uh-huh.
yeah, like we love that here. It's like since I was a kid, I wanted to have my party. I remember. So it was like my cousin, and then she asked like a choreographer, a random choreographer, like to do like a short choreography for the middle of the party. So as I was like one of the girls, like we were rehearsing, and then he said like, "Hey, you you can dance. Like I have a group, we train, like you can come." And I said like, "Okay, I'm gonna go." It was a small group that used to train in the like in the parking lot of a school.
Okay.
So it was like really like underground. And I went there, and then I met with like choreography, like hip hop choreography or pop
Where does the style you
music,
started with? Did you start with
Mm?
hip hop? Like with what kind of styles did you start?
I felt it was like I had no clue of what it was. It just was like, people used to like just copy things from YouTube.
Oh yeah,
That was
you
the
click
training
dance,
in those.
MTV. Hmm.
Yeah. So that group used to like do these little events for, like we call it here hora loca. It's funny. It's like this when there is like a party or event, and in the middle of the night they do like something crazy with balloons and everything, and people dancing. That they used to work on that, but most of them they wanted to do a career on dancing. But yeah, but they used to do that like, to make money and then have chance to travel. So I started doing that, just like choreography, like no clue of what I was dancing. It was just like moving, um but then yes, the first like style that I learn and study and train and practice like consistently actually was breaking dance, like b-boying.
I
It
never saw
was the
you
first
breaking.
thing.
I never. You
Yeah,
know what I
I
imagine?
battle actually.
Oh wow! Like like your
Yeah.
footwork in heels. That's like the closest thing that I can imagine to break.
Maybe it's because I have that background. Like
Maybe.
I used to be like really, because I love to like be on handstands. Like I love my body to do things. So I really like that, and I train it. Then I started like knowing about hip hop, about locking, whacking, popping, and different styles. I also did like after that I myself with like the few money that I was making, I went to a ballet studio, and I started doing ballet, and then I met some people there, and they started teaching me contemporary jazz, also salsa, bachata. Yeah, I felt that I've been doing a lot. Yeah, but
Mhm.
that basis made me like versatile. Like I
Yeah.
feel that if
You,
someone like tell me you can do this, maybe I'm not the expert, yeah, on some
or you
things,
can do
but
it.
I can do it. Yeah, I'm always like I can do it.
Yeah. I got a
Yeah.
question on that one. Like heels in Peru.
Mhm,
Because like I don't know, like in
mhm,
Austria, it's like I don't know, I think it arrived like 10 years ago ish. I don't know if it's even that much. I think like 5, 6
mhm.
years. Like were you also one of the first people in Peru to be teaching heels?
What I know, there is this girl named Ale Molina that I felt it was the first in Lima that went to New York. So then she saw like, I feel like Danielle, like Jessica Castro. So then she brought like estiletos. It was the name in those time, estiletos. Also like, this group of four guys that used to like dance on heels. I just forgot the name. Give me a sec. I just forgot the name. But so I felt that she was the first one doing that, then some other people. And well, my first approach to heels dance was when I had the chance to be in the show of Rich Fam. Yeah,
That's
when
from
I
Australia, right? Like I
Hmm?
heard about it because Maya already told me about it, but like that's an Australian thing that's like connecting dancers from all around the world, if I got it right, right?
Yeah, Rich Fam is a global company. It was founded by Rob Rich. Um, he did the first global audition in 2014.
Is it like an agency?
Uh, more than an agency, actually, it's a community, it's a family. It's really nice because he used to like do this thing just in LA, but then he just do a global audition, and he sponsor like someone like to travel and to be in that show. The first Rich Boy, 'cause the first time it was only for guys, was Jeremy Turri from Peru. He was the first one that went. Then on the second year, he did Rich Boy and Rich Girls, and it was Sandra from Peru also that had the chance to go, but there was a winner from Sweden, um, Taya Shaki. She's great, amazing. Now she's dancing with Ariana Grande.
Oh,
So yeah, and so he started doing this every year. It was just once in a year. And on 2016, no, 17, I did like 3 auditions. And on the first, on the second, I didn't made it. Like,
all the
but
notes we get. Uh-huh.
yeah, but I really wanted to be there.
And what kind
So
of
on the third,
time span was that? Like each year, like you did it for, I don't know, was it each year one or how did
yeah, also the audition was one for a year, and it was one show in LA, or I think there was in Spain, in Italy too. So the winner go to that show, be able to train with these big choreographers, and be part of the family. You know, sometimes he invites some people that can also join if they can pay their expenses and everything. But he always pay one to be able to do everything. And I made the first audition. I was really like, I was just like starting. Then I made the second one, and 1 year later, and I felt that I tried to be what in my mind they wanted, like, like a stereotype of girl. Yeah, I tried to be someone that I am not.
oh,
Like,
okay. Oh, that's okay.
yeah, I tried like what there was different steps. Like one video, then if you go through to the next step, there is another video like that. So I felt like uh I didn't made it because I wasn't being true to myself, you know. So on the third time, it was like 3 years from the first time that I wanted to be there. I said, okay, I'm going to do it like me. Like, so if they want me, they will have me like Angie with all the letters, like no someone weird, just me. And it was crazy because it was a global audition. There was more than 500 people auditioning, and I won it. I was the one chosen from all the world. Yeah, it was like the first time that I
Okay.
was like, oh my god, I made it.
100%
It
deserved.
was,
Crazy.
yeah, it was amazing. And so in that show that I made in Richmond, I had the chance to train with Marty Kudelka, with Aisha Francis, and so then I got a chance to train with Aisha. Like, she's the queen, you know. And since then I said, like, okay, I want to do heels. Like, it's something that I needed, you know, like that I
Mhm.
can feel different.
Yeah.
So then I start training and taking more classes.
Okay. Crazy. I mean, you
Yeah.
already know, like, I love and appreciate your style in heels a lot.
Uh,
Like, you were one of the reasons where I was like, okay, if I'm in Peru, I'm gonna be training with her because, like, your floor work and everything and the tricks you put into that, like that may come from breakdancing. No, I don't know.
I don't
It's
know.
really you. It's really you. Like, I don't know. Like, I think about
Thank
you, what
you.
I really think is really, I don't know, to me, really interesting. Like your personality in your choreography classes and R&B and all of that. And then
Mm-hmm.
dance, like I think like you're pretty versatile because like those styles that you have, like
Mm-hmm.
yours is way more the lines and everything you have, but at the same time you can be so flowy,
Mm-hmm.
have like those personalities that are like it's like still you though, you're like all of that, but like
I
you know,
feel that that's because I'm Gemini. Like I always said
there we
that.
go, there we go.
Yeah. I feel all the time that like I am someone when I'm doing heels, like like I build this alter ego, like I can be like a superhero. I feel like that. And with my style on sneakers, I would like as R&B and all that, it is closer to the feelings. And I feel in the other side, like also on heels, I love to like feel too, but I feel like a superstar, which I really love it.
Yeah, I already
Hmm.
had the conversation once with somebody that actually have, you're like all of that is you, but you live different emotions and different sides of yourself and different dance styles.
Hmm.
I have to do, not that I'm like another person, but I think there's like different sides of yourself that you live differently in different dance styles.
Hmm.
All of them are you, and that's kind of so beautiful that you have so many sides of yourself, and that you're like all the facets you have, but it kind of makes a big image together.
Oh, thank you. I really appreciate that. Oh, I'm happy. Yay.
Mm.
Yeah, it was something that I really wanted to 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 be. And actually I want to be like I want to keep like exploring. Like I feel that I have so much more like to do, to feel, to share.
I mean,
So
you're
I
by
want to
far not
keep.
done. You have so many years left to do what you like.
Of course,
You're not
yay.
done yet. Yeah, that's true.
Yay. Hmm.
To explore and to find out and
Hmm.
figure out, I guess. Mm, like when I mean, you told me, but like for the people as well, you moved out when you were 18, right, to a different city where you didn't know anybody, where you kind of started
Yeah.
from zero. I mean, like also to let the people know, like cultural wise, Latin America, that's not that normal. In Austria, moving out with
No.
18 is not that uncommon. Just like to have like the cultural point of view included.
Yeah.
I also moved out with 18, but it's not that uncommon in Austria. It's like, oh, you're studying
Yeah.
the city. Yeah. Yeah.
No, like here in Latin America is like people used to like live with their parents until 30 or until they get married,
Married.
that's it. Like people are not used to like move out. It's really hard, like for the family and also like as a society. Sometimes, for example, when I move out, when I decide to like leave my city, my career, um like everything, like my my family from the side of my mom, they are all like amazing, like doctors. And
Okay.
actually one my aunt used to like uh give some support on the payments of my career at the university. So they were really mad at me when I decided to leave my city. Yeah, they were really mad. They were like,
Wait, but like they paid your career that you were pursuing before dance, right? Or they supported
yeah,
dance?
no, 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 no. They used to help me paying. I was studying architecture for 1 year.
Mm.
So then I said like,
Okay,
I
bye.
used to love it actually.
Uh-huh.
It wasn't like something that I didn't like it. I love the architecture because I feel like it has something to do with create something, It's like you design, so it's kind of artistic too. So I like it.
Mhm.
But of course, I wanted to pursue dance as a career. And in my city at that moment, it was something that I see very far. Like I wanted to do it right away. I wanted to like start doing something great. So in Lima, there was like everything. So I came, and it was hard. Like I think my mom thought that it was just like this impulse as a young people, like so she's going to come back in 2 months because it was summer. It was like summer, so I felt that she said like, oh, she's going to be there in summer and then she will be back.
And she never came back.
No, I never came back. I never came back. Yeah, I
Well, how did
and
you take
actually
it?
like, yeah, now it's like for almost 14 years that I've been here.
Mhm. Kind of
It was
change.
hard. Yeah, it was hard because I had no family. Like I have like some like really like far people from, I don't know, like the cousin of the cousin of the aunt, you know, like something like that. But like no one that actually can be for me if I got sick, if I had something wrong, like I was just by myself. And it made me grow like from one day to the other one. Because in Arequipa, I was like, I'm the youngest child in my family, so I'm the
Oh,
baby. You
yeah.
know, like
Mhm.
I'm the baby of the family, and since my family, my dad and my mom worked a lot, I always had a nanny. Like I wasn't like by my own. So I didn't know how to do anything. Like I was the most like yeah, not independent at all. Yeah, I
Yeah.
was really like bad with like cooking, like never. Like cleaning my own stuff, never. I was like, yeah, I was useless, you know?
No,
Like
don't say it like that.
but you know, in a good way, like
Mhm.
because I had a nanny, so I didn't had the
Mhm.
like I didn't have to do things. I always asked for things, you know. But then when I moved, I was like, okay, so how I can cook an egg? Hmm,
Mhm.
let's see. Yeah, so I had to like grow, grow, and become an adult like right away.
Yeah.
Because I also have like this like sometimes I didn't have money sometimes to eat something like
Oh.
big, you know and I didn't want to say to my mom anything because I don't wanted her to say like, oh, see, it's because you're dancing that you are going through these things. No, I didn't want it. So I just like said, I was like, okay, I'm going to do something and figure it out. I had to figure it out. And so then I start like growing like fast. And I felt like in 3 months, I was a completely other person. Like I learned to cook myself. I learned to do my financials. I learned to everything like boom right away. And
Mhm.
I felt if my life will be totally different. I will be totally different if I wouldn't have made that decision. I felt it was the most important decision in my life, like to move from my city, make me make me the person that I am now.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's.
Yeah.
And I also say my mom, like she was really mad, but I always get emotional like when I'm in events or something that now my mom helped me and support me. And sometimes they ask me about like how I started or how I made it. And I always try to like thank her because even she didn't believe in what I was choosing. She didn't cut my how you say like
Wings?
uh, yeah, she didn't cut my wings. Yeah, she was mad. She wasn't she didn't agree with me with the decision, but she let me
That you
do
do
it.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I feel like, here,
Mhm.
to parents, like, to let their kids to do that, it's not common. Like, here parents are like, you do this and you do this, and there is no
I
other option.
recognize that. Latin families
Mhm.
work a bit different. I recognize.
Totally. Yeah. Latin families are really strict. Like, that's why it's hard. Like, that's why people don't go out of their houses,
Yeah.
like,
I
until they just get married, because they have to move, of course.
yeah.
But it's hard
I
here.
mean, I think like the way I grew up, my parents always let me do everything. There wasn't a lot of stuff. I don't know. I think they put a lot of trust in me and they always let me go everywhere. I mean, honestly, they're not happy that I'm in South America because they're like shitting their pants for me. Like, but I think like at the end of the day, they're the same with your parents. They're worried about is she
Yeah.
fine financially being alone. I think it's like out of a
Mhm.
place of worry. But of course,
Yeah.
you baby go. I guess that's I don't know. Like I have no child, I have no idea. But like um,
Yeah, like, my mom is, I remember, like, every year she was like saying, "Oh, so you coming back?" Like, every
mm,
every Christmas that I wanted, like, I traveled to be with them. "Oh, so are you coming back?" She was always asking me that, until one day she just realized, like, I'm not going back, you know?
mhm, yeah,
Yeah, I feel like, um yeah, and also, like, now she can see what I'm doing, the projects that I made. I try to make my family part of them, to also, um let them know that I'm fighting, for what I said. I said, like, I want to dance, I want to do a career from this, I want to do a life from dance, which is hard, but it's not impossible. And I feel like, burying that inside. Sometimes they don't say it, but I feel that they are proud of me.
we love that. Mm,
Yeah.
I don't know. My parents also don't tell me, but it's like I don't know. Like I showed them a video of myself, and they're like,
Mm,
okay,
yeah.
no, I get it, I get it. But at the end of the day, I'm
Yeah.
happy you made the decision because, like, of course, you threw yourself into the cold water, like, completely, because, like, I don't think, I mean, like, the places that I went to, I at least knew somebody, but, like, moving to
Yeah.
a city, and, like, I don't know, like, the way that I feel, like, being in countries that I don't know, also, like, even though you know to cook, for example, you don't know the
Mhm.
products because the products are different. You don't know where to buy them. It's like, oh my God,
Yeah.
unnecessary story. But did you know that I ruined like, I don't know, half of my clothes in Lima because I wasn't guys, washing your clothes is one thing. Washing your clothes in another language is another.
It's another thing. Yeah. Oh my God, no.
Yeah, my white clothes turned out to be yellow. Yeah. Oh
Oh
well,
my God.
now I expanded my Spanish vocabulary for lavar mi ropa.
That's good. That's something important.
But I get what you mean with, washing your own clothes and
Yeah.
caring for yourself, especially also when you get sick and all of that stuff. It's like,
I think
that's
that's the
also,
hard part. When
yeah.
you get sick, and there is no one that can make you something, make you a soup, make you a tea, like, be there for you.
Mhm.
You're just, like, there,
Mhm.
sick, and you have to go to the pharmacy, and you have to just deal with it.
You have the full responsibility.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is
Mhm.
annoying.
It's
But
been an adult.
and adulting sometimes sucks, but we do love
Yeah.
it. Okay, let's slowly round it up, but I still want to like get to that topic. You were telling me before that you're currently
Mhm.
focusing on changing some habits, improving yourself, starting from zero. What were you referring to? Let's tell the people, let's get into that topic.
Mhm. So, as we were talking, like all these projects that I made, like Soulful Cam, the studio, they were like really hard, and we have to like stop, then start again, then stop again, move to another place. So all those changes, sometimes it drains you a lot. And I felt like in these last years, I was so drained because of money problems, because of also like partnership with my partner, like problems, and I was feeling that I was going down. I felt like lost. I was still doing, because I'm workaholic, so I was still like trying to do,
You're
but
still
I
Angie doing
didn't.
everything. We love that.
Yeah, but I didn't had like I lost motivation. I lost motivation a lot. And last week that I went to Arequipa, I my city, I wasn't there like 2 year, more than 2 years, that I had no chance to travel and go to my house and have time with my family, and have time to also see my old friends. Like, I feel like all that in my city, that is amazing, has really great energy. I feel like I need all that to like kind of rebuild myself, not the outside but the inside. Like, I remember why I'm doing the thing that I'm doing. I had the chance to dance with the people in Arequipa. Some of them are new, I didn't know them. Some of them are the ones that started with me, and having that chance, like, to share that, it just makes me feel like 14 years ago, like, it just felt like a new beginning. And so I decided, like, probably I will still have problems with money. I will still have problems with some projects, that maybe something, because every time something happens, but I need to find that motivation in the small things, you know? So I start like changing habits. Because of I wasn't motivated, I was so like kind of in depression thing, I felt. Um I was like no sleeping at all at night. So I was sleeping almost like from 5 a.m. till 1 p.m., losing the whole day, running to do my stuff, to then just do whatever in not whatever, but not how I wanted to do my classes, or how I wanted to actually do my projects, just like running in everything. Um, so now I'm like waking up early, I'm eating healthy, um, drinking more water, manifesting everyday things for me, for my family, and also like more in touch with my mom, with my sister. I am I'm trying to connect more. I'm going more. I'm trying to organize my day to also be able to share with with other people, like to go to more classes, to train more, to walk, to just walk, see the nature. Like, I feel like those little things can change everything. And for me, I've been doing this change like almost 2 weeks, and I feel like I can breathe again. It's weird. I felt that before I wasn't breathing. I was just existing, like as a robot, just like doing, and not living.
Yeah.
And now I feel like I'm living. I feel also that I needed to do some changes in my personal life. And since these small changes of my habits, it makes easy to make some decision, to close cycles, to to start again. Yeah, so I encourage everyone to start doing better in their life, because we only have one. There is only one life. Like, uh of course, don't go and do crazy things, but live. Like, yeah, we can do crazy things, but
Sometimes. Do it for the plot.
like, yeah,
I know
but
what you mean.
mostly those like common things, like, as like clean your room before leaving your house. It's so like important, because then when you go back to your house, you can find everything like
Do the
nice and
dishes.
clean.
The dishes after eating.
Yeah, the dishes after eating, because then you go back into your home after maybe a good or a bad day. But if you go back to your house and everything is a mess, then you will be pissed. That
Yeah. Also,
happens to me a lot.
you know what cost me a lot? Like generally in South America, like I'm gonna be back in Europe in 1 week, but you guys, you
Yeah,
don't have dishwashers. And that
yeah, we don't.
what is fine, but my whole life I haven't been washing dishes. So like without sounding no, like I don't want to sound like in a bad way. Like I went to camps when I was a child. I went to camps and I had to wash my dishes, but that was like 1 week
Yeah.
in a year. So I don't know,
Uh-huh.
like I think like I don't know, there was like some days and kind of started to grow. And I was like, wait, that's a new habit that we need to start because I have not been doing that my whole life. And I was like, yeah, I get what you mean. It feels better when the dishes are done. I get what you mean.
Yeah.
Okay, my love.
Yeah.
Let's round it up. Um,
Yes.
is there something
Hmm.
left, something specific you want to tell the people out there in the community, in the international community? Not only Peruvian, you have a lot of people listening right now
Hmm.
from all over the world. So if there's something you want people to know, whatever it is about life, about dance, what would it be?
Okay. For like, I feel like everyone as dancers, like, we just we just have to we are the good thing in the world. Like, we are this, like, the world is full of crazy things happening everywhere, in all, like, every country. There is crazy things on politics, on every like aspect. But art is the only pure thing that can save us as humanity, that can save our human hearts, because if not, we will be dead. Totally.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like we have to to notice that, and keep doing things for love. Like, I feel love is the first thing. Like, we cannot be great artists if we are not great human beings. And yeah,
Reach.
we are not perfect. Yeah, like, we are not perfect, but we can. What we have to do is learn. Like, be open to learn, to improve ourselves, to don't be afraid to start from zero sometimes, to don't be afraid of apologize. If you have to apologize to someone, then do it, because we are, I always say, like, we're the only good thing that is left in the world. Like, art will save us, one again, because in COVID time, like, I feel like if it wasn't art, then we'll be all and that will happen, like, maybe at some point in those years, like, that will happen again. So as artists, we have this big responsibility to make not only our community healthier, but also the people that are around our community, the people that see us, the people outside our community. Sometimes they just get the bad things from us, and they should get the good things, because we have the ability to make people feel something. So let's them feel good, like love and joy, and to make them feel their human, their heart more often. I feel that's important for me. I'm trying to do that every day in my life. That's why I'm doing all the projects that I'm doing. And sometimes they don't make me gain money, but they make me gain another thing that I feel is more important. When I see people enjoying, when I see they post like, oh, this was the most happy day in my life. Like I made a dream come true. That's the payment that I need, and I feel like it's important for us to don't forget that. Of course, we want to try to work. We want to be successful. We want to be a star, which is fine. If you want to be famous, a star, like a big name in the world, that's great. But also we can make changes in the small things. In the small things, we can do a big change in people and save lives. Actually, yeah.
That's with those words, we're gonna end the episode with. So I appreciate you a lot as a human being, as an artist, for also for opening up, for taking the space, for accepting my invitation to put yourself out there, sharing what you have to share, raising your voice for some stuff, sharing your experience. So thank you so much for doing this. I'm gonna say thank you for all of the people who are listening too. So yeah, I hope to have you soon back here at the podcast.
Yay!
And also to visit me in Austria, of course. Come visit.
Of course, I will go. Thank you for inviting me. It was really nice for me. I felt like I needed to express myself in a different way, like talk about experiences and everything. And I hope like the people that are listening this or watching the podcast can take some of what we talk and like put it in their life, and hope there is like an improvement from there. And I hope everyone also can come to the camp someday.
Hey, we're
The
dropping
soulful camp.
all the information you can find down below right now.
Yeah,
Has been
yeah,
dropped.
go check. Lisa can tell you like Latin America it's a great place. Like there is a lot of different energy.
Yeah.
Like I feel like
God, yes.
everyone in the world should like experience it. And the dance scene is growing a lot. So Soulful Camp is a great opportunity because then there is these big teachers that everyone knows around the world, but you can share with our community. Not only Peru, it's coming Argentina, Chile, like every Latin country is here in Soulful Camp. So will be great. Amazing to have more people from Europe or the world.
Let's go, guys. I'm so happy
Yay.
to feel like that about it. So thank you so much for being here. I have everything linked down below for you guys. So go check out her art, her 10 Instagram accounts about everything she's doing.
Oh
And
my god, yeah, there are like 10.
yeah, they're like in the description down below because they don't fit in the video. There's more than 3, I guess. So yeah, as always, thank you guys for listening. Make sure to hit the subscribe button, to give us a 5-star recommendation if you feel like it, to follow us on Instagram to stay updated in whatever way you can support me in this little project. I'm, like I said, more than thankful that we have been doing this since 3 years already, and I'm excited for the 4th year. And yeah, guys, thank you so much. Thank you, Angie, and see you soon. Bye.
Yay, thank you. Bye.